Alrighty, so we'll start standing. You can put your weight just off to the side. We'll add it in a minute, but I've got mine ready for action. We'll start standing. Take a nice big inhale in, reach your arms up to the sky, and then exhale, let it go. On your next inhale, you can lift up onto your tippy toes, reach your arms up to the sky, exhale, let it go. We'll get one more big inhale here, and then exhale. Next time the arms reach up, we're gonna move the arms over to the right, circle your back down and around so that the arms come up and over to the left. All right, we'll do that again, moving to the right, rounding your back as you move all the way over to the left, and we'll do one more over to the right, and then coming up and over on the left. We'll lower the arms down, take a big inhale, reach up, and we'll go the other way. Moving over to the left, round your back as you reach your arms forward, and then bring your arms all the way back up overhead. We're moving over to the left and then coming all the way up overhead. One more here to the left. Round your back, pull the abs in tight as you do so, and then lower your arms back down. We'll go ahead and take your feet about hip distance apart, taking a nice big inhale. We're gonna sit down into a little chair. You wanna look down, make sure you can see your toes, so we're not pushing our knees forward, we're sending our hips back. And then exhale, squeeze your glutes and lift your hips back up. So it's an inhale to lower your hips down, and then exhale, squeeze your glutes and lift up. We'll get a few more here. Inhale to lower, and then exhale to lift up. Last two, inhale, lower, and then exhale, bring it up. Last one, inhale, lower. Exhale, we lift up. We'll take our feet out a little bit wider, toes turn slightly out towards the sides. We're adding in the arms. Inhale, we lower down the hips to reach your arms up to shoulder height. And then exhale, we lift up, bring the arms down. Inhale to lower, the arms come up to shoulder height. And then exhale, we lift back up, arms come down. Three more. Inhale, lower. And then exhale, bring it up. Last two, inhale, lower. And then exhale, bring it up. And we'll get one more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. Take your feet out about as wide as feels comfortable. Toes, knees, and hips are gonna turn out to the sides. We'll bring our elbows to a bent position with our wrists lined up right on top of our elbows. On your inhale, we lower down into that nice low squat. And then exhale, we reach the arms up as you squeeze your glutes. Inhale, the elbows and the knees bend. And then exhale, we lift up. We should be feeling a little stretch in the inner thighs on the way down, and then working through the glutes and the shoulders on the way up. We'll go for two more. Inhale to lower, and then exhale to lift up. And then one more. Inhale, lower, and exhale, lift up. Arms can come down. We'll bring our feet together, and we're gonna take the right foot in front, the left foot will step back, coming into a little lunge. All right, so on your inhale, we'll lower the hips down a little bit, and then exhale, lift the hips back up. Inhale to lower the hips down, and then exhale, we lift back up. Three more here. Inhale, the hips go down, and then exhale, lift back up. Last two, inhale, lower, and exhale up. Next time you lower down, just hold it right there, all right? So we've got a nice bend in that front right knee. You're gonna draw a circle with your arms out in front. Take a nice big inhale in here. On your exhale, twist over to your right. So you're gonna twist to the front leg, and then inhale, come back to the center. So exhale, we rotate the ribs over to the right, and then inhale, come back to center. We're following our fingers with our gaze. So we're twisting through our spine and our head's just along for the ride. We'll get one more here. Exhale to twist over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. We'll reach the arms out nice and long in front. From here, you're gonna lift up your right heel and then lower your right heel back down. So the right heel lifts up. We're just going up on those tippy toes, warming up our calves, working our ankles, and then we lower back down. We'll go for three more here. Exhale to lift up, and then inhale to lower, and then two more, lift, and we lower. Last one, lift up, hold that heel up, reach your arms up to the sky, and then lower your arms back down to shoulder height. So the arms come up to the sky, and then we lower back down. We've got three more. Reach the arms up, and then lower down. If your ankle or knee isn't loving this, feel free to put your heel down. We've got two more. Reach up, and then lower down, and one more. Reach up, Bring the arms down, bring your heel down, step your feet together. Oh, shake it out. Let's warm up the other side. Left foot comes in front, right foot comes behind. We can rest our hands on our hips or wherever feels most comfortable. It's an inhale to lower your hips down and then exhale to lift up, right? And this is just the warm up of a fun little series of moves, right? This is the beginning of our lunges. We've got 2 more. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift up. Next time we lower down after this one, we'll stay there. Inhale, lower and hold. We draw that circle with our arms. Our spine's nice and long here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twist to your left. We twist over to that front leg. And then we untwist back to center. Exhale to rotate over. And then inhale back to center. 3 more here. Exhale, we rotate. And inhale back to center. Feeling the ribs rotate, the head follows along, and we come back to center. Last 2. And then last one. We come back to center, stretch your arms out nice and long, reach forward. We're gonna lift up that front heel and then lower the heel down. So we're working our calf and we lower back down, looking for nice mobility through our ankle joint. We've got 2 more here. Exhale, lift. And then inhale, lower. Next time we lift up, we just hang out there. You can keep the heel up or put the heel down. We add the arms. The arms reach up overhead and then the arms come back down. Exhale, we reach the arms up and then inhale, lower back down. Last 3, reach, reach, reach. And then bring the arms down. Last 2, reach it up and then bring it down. Last one, reach, bring the arms down, set your heel down, step your feet together, and shake it out. All righty. So lower body should be nice and warmed up. Upper body's getting there. I think if we add in the weight, it'll really get warmed up. So let's grab our weight. All right, we'll start with the feet just about hip distance apart. We're going back for our squats, okay? We'll hold the weight with both hands. I'm gonna hold it long ways, that way each hand gets one end of the weight. On your inhale, lower down into your squat, and then exhale, squeeze your glutes and stand up. It's an inhale to lower, and then exhale to lift up. Couple more like that. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, we lift up, and then inhale down, and exhale up. We're thinking about our knees and our toes. We want to make sure we can always see our knees and toes as we're doing our squats. And then we feel our glutes working to help us stand up nice and tall. All right, we've got 3 more here. Ooh. And then 2 more. And next time you lower down, let's just hold it right there, all right? We're hanging out in our squat. We'll add some arm work. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, press the weight out in front of you. And then inhale, bring the weight back into your chest. Exhale, we push the weight forward. And then inhale, bring it back in. See if you can keep everything else in your body nice and still while you just move the arms forward and back. All right, that's a lot of ab work for us, helping us to stabilize our spine as we press through the arms. And then bring it back in. We'll go for 4. And then 3. Ooh, I want to get out of my squat. Let's get a little lower. Last 2. And then last one, hold the weight out in front. See if you can go little pulses with your hips up and down. We've got 5 and 4. Oh, here we go. 3 and 2. Last one, bring your arms in and then stand up nice and tall. Oh, all right, take your feet out a little bit wider, just slightly wider than hip distance apart, okay? We're gonna go toes turn slightly out towards the sides. On your inhale, just lower back down into your squat. And then exhale, we lift up. Inhale, we lower down into our squat. And then exhale, lift up. Just getting to work a little bit more of those outer hips now that we've opened up the feet a little bit more. And then we should really be feeling those glutes work here. We've got about 4 more here. Inhale, lower. And then exhale, lift up. And 3. And lift. Last 2. And up. Let's lower down and hold it right there. We're gonna take the weight overhead, all right? Nice big inhale, exhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then inhale, bend your elbows, bring it back in. Same rules here. As we're moving the arms, we wanna try to keep our torso nice and still. right? And our quads might start talking to us. They might say like, ooh, it would feel so good to stand up right now, but hey, quads, I need you to work for me, right? You gotta hold me in this squat. Abs, I need you to keep my torso nice and long. Don't let my torso move forwards and back. We've got 4 more here. Exhale, reach up and inhale back in. Last 3. And in. Last 2. And in, reach it up, hold it there. Let's try out those little pulses with our hips up and down. We've got 5 and 4. Oh, a little lower, 3. Last 2. And hold your squat still. Bring your arms down and then stand all the way up. Yahoo! Feet go out nice and wide. Toes will turn out to the sides. All right, for this one, we're gonna start with our arms up overhead, okay? We'll take a nice big inhale, lower the hips down, knees and toes are pointing out to the sides. Exhale, we stand up nice and tall. Inhale to lower down, and then exhale to engage the glutes and bring it up. With our arms up overhead, our neck muscles are gonna try to take over. Try not to let the shoulders creep up by your ears, but really think stability. Think about pulling through your armpit. You're almost trying to close your arms or pull your armpit down as we keep those arms lifted, right? Upper back muscles are working just as much as those shoulders to stabilize the bottle. We've got 3 more. Whew. And then 2 more. And then lower down, hold it there, okay? We're in our nice strong squat. You're gonna bend your elbows to bring the weight back behind your head and then straighten out your elbows to push the weight back overhead. If this is too much for your shoulders, or if you're feeling like your neck muscles just won't listen to you, they keep overacting, try this without the weight just to get that arm movement down. We want the triceps working to help us move the weight. The neck muscles and shoulders are just stabilizing. We've got 4 more here. We reach up, ha, and then bring it back down. Last 3. Still in our squat. Last 2. Whew. Next time you bend the elbows, keep them bent. Little pulses with your hips up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it still. Reach the arms up and then stand up nice and tall. Woo. Bring the weight down. Feet come back together. We get our lunges next. We'll go right foot in front, left foot behind. Hoo, hoo, hoo. All right, we're going into our lunge. We'll keep the weight close at our chest to start off. It's an inhale to lower down, and then exhale to lift up. Think about your front knee tracking in line with your middle toe, okay? So we don't want our knee caving in towards the big toe. We also don't want it going out past the pinky toe. We just want it to stay in line with our foot, so tracking straight forward. This is 4 out of 8. Ha. Here we go. Last 3. And last 2. Awesome. Next time we lower down, we'll hold it there. Inhale to lower down and hold. We'll place the weight out in front, so we've got a little bit of a bend in our elbows still, but now we've got that circle using our weight. We'll take a big breath in, exhale, rotate over to the right, and then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, we rotate towards that front leg, and then inhale back to center. Now that we're holding a weight, our body is gonna try to pull more to the right following that weight, but we really just want to rotate through the ribs, heads following in line, but our knees still tracking straight forward, our hips are still squared forward. We'll go for 3 more here. Exhale to rotate over, inhale back to center. Last 2, and then 1 more, rotate over. Oh, come back to center. We're lifting up that front heel, and then we lower down. If you're feeling extra fired up today, feel free to stretch the arms out in front as you do your little heel raises. That's our 4 out of 8. Exhale up and inhale lower for 3. Whew. And 2. Option to lift up the heel and hold it there while the arms come up overhead. And then we bring the arms back down. The hips stay squared forward. We stay in that lunge. That's our 2 out of 8. Here goes 3. We're just flying through. Here goes 4. Whoo, last 4. Looking good, looking strong. And 3. Last 2. And we'll get 1 more. Reach the arms up. Lower your arms down, lower your heel down, step your feet together. Oh, bring it in, shake it out. We've got one side left. All righty. So left foot's gonna come out in front, right foot goes back behind. We just start off with our lunges. We don't even have to hold the weight out in front. All right, it's an inhale to lower the hips down and then exhale to lift up. This is our time to check out our lunge form. We're thinking about our front knee, making sure it's tracking in line with our middle toe, right? Not caving in, not pushing out to the side. Here goes 4 out of 8. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift up. Staying connected to your nice strong Pilates breath. We'll go 3. And then here goes 2. And then lower down, hold it right there. We've got our strong base. Our legs are staying still. We draw a circle with your arms. Take a nice big inhale, exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, we rotate to the left. Keep following that bottle, following that weight. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, we rotate. And inhale, center. There's our 3 out of 8. Exhale, we twist, twist, twist through the weights. Inhale, back to center. And we rotate. Keeping our legs still, back to center. Last 2, twist it over. And then center. Last one, twist over. Come back to center, hold it there. Option to stretch those arms out long. You're gonna lift up the left heel and then lower back down. Working through the calf on that left leg. Exhale, we lift. And then inhale to lower. This is 4 out of 8. And we'll go for last 4. Woo, and 3. Oh yeah, last 2. Next time you lift up the heel, option to keep it up or lower it down. The arms lift up overhead and then they come back down in front. It's an exhale to stretch the arms up to the sky and then inhale to bring them back in line with your shoulders. Exhale to reach and then inhale, lower, and then exhale, we lift halfway there. Inhale, lower, last 4. Reach the arms up and then bring them down. Last 3, reach, 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 stretch. And bring it down. Last 2, reach. And lower. And then last one, reach. Lower the arms, lower your heels, step your feet together. Oh, shake it out. Ho, ho, ho. All right, we definitely earned some mat time. So we're gonna work our way down onto our hands and knees next. I'm just gonna play around with my camera angle a little bit. Whoop. All righty, cool. So we'll go hands and knees. We're still working with our weights. All right, I'm gonna take my weight into my right hand to start off. From here, we've got our left wrist lined up right underneath your left shoulder, knees stacked right underneath your hips. We're gonna start with some rows, okay? So in this nice prone position, gravity is trying to pull us down to the ground. So we're thinking about really lengthening our spine out and up, okay? So head reaches forward, the ribs lift the chest up away from the floor, belly button pulls in, and then think about sending your tailbone back rather than letting it arch or dip down towards the floor. From here, now that we've got our starting posture, we grab the weight with your right hand. Taking a nice big inhale. On your exhale, your right elbow is gonna scrape your side as you lift the weight up. And then inhale, lower the weight back down. So it's an exhale to pull the weight up away from the floor. And then inhale to lower back down. As we lift up our weight, our chin might try to tuck down into our chest. But of course, we're Pilates strong. We're mindful of our posture. So we're thinking about reaching the crown of the head forward. We're looking out past those left fingertips and then lifting our chest up away from the floor. If you want a little bit more, as you do your row with your right arm, you can lift up the left knee. So the left knee lifts up and goes down as the right arm goes up and down. If we're adding in the left leg, we're thinking about our left glute. Squeeze and to lift our left leg up and then relaxing to lower down. We'll go for 4 more here. And 3 more here. Last 2. Next time you lift up, hold it there. We're gonna work our triceps on this next part. So straighten out your right elbow and then bend your right elbow. So we'll go inhale to lengthen out, stretch the right elbow, exhale, bend and bring it back in. Try to keep the upper arm as still as you can, keeping it hugging into your rib cage. And then if you want more, you can straighten out your left leg as you straighten out your right arm, and then bend your left leg as you bend your right arm. We're gonna go for 5 more here, whichever version you're going for, just the arm or the arm and the leg. See if you can lift your chest up away from the floor and away from that left shoulder a little more. And keep the gaze looking forward and down. Last 3. And we'll go last 2. And then last one. We'll come all the way down. Set your weight down. Feel free to shake out your left wrist a little bit. Hoo-hoo. And then we'll work that left upper back next. Ha. Alrighty, so we're getting set up on our hands and knees next. This time the weight goes into the left hand. All right, and again, our gaze is looking forward and down. We want to keep the length in our spine. Think about pulling your belly button in, pressing it up towards the sky to give you that nice support. From here, we'll take a big inhale in. On your exhale, bend your left elbow, pull the weight up, and then inhale, we lower back down. So it's an exhale to lift up, and then inhale to lower back down. As you lift up, think about that elbow, your left elbow scraping your ribs as you lift it up away from the floor. And then we lower back down, nice and easy. If we want a little bit more, we add in the right knee. As we lift up the left elbow, the right glute squeezes, we lift our right knee up away from the floor, and then lower back down. We're gonna go for about 6 more here, thinking about our upper back on the left side and still maintaining that nice long spine, chest lifted up away from the floor. We've got 3 more here, and then 2 more. Last one, lift up and just hold it right there. Take a nice big inhale, straighten out your left elbow, and then exhale, bend your left elbow back in. Our gaze keeps looking down towards the floor and forward, right? Nice long spine, not letting our chin drop down. If we want to add in the right leg, we sure can. We straighten out the right leg, straighten out the left leg, and then we bend the right leg and bend the left elbow. Alrighty, we've got 5 more here, keeping the length in our spine, lifting our chest up away from the floor and away from that right shoulder. Last 3. Whew. Last 2, and then last 1. We'll come all the way down. Let's push the hips back, take a little child's pose, give your wrists a nice little stretch. All right, and then we'll roll it up nice and slow. And Donna, if you could just do me a quick favor and go mute on your computer screen. Or it's getting a little background.
I thought it was mute.
Perfect.
It says mute. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can still hear you. Yeah, it's showing up just with
Where do you?
Let me see. There should be a little microphone on the bottom part of the screen, and you just want that to be red. Perfect. Got it. Thank you. All right, we're gonna lie all the way down next, okay? Your weight can go off to the side. I know, sad day, but we'll give the weight a little bit of a break. All right, so lying face down on your mat, we're gonna just take a look at the mat. Place your hands like a little pillow behind your forehead, or under your forehead, so that way your hands can just rest on your forehead. Alrighty, from here, we're gonna bend our knees. Bring your heels together and then your knees just slightly apart, okay? So the knees aren't going any wider than hip distance apart. And then kind of just shake your hips out a little bit. Make sure your glutes aren't tight already because we're gonna work them. So we want them to start relaxed and then we'll push them. All right, so we'll take a nice big inhale here, just resting your forehead on your hands. Your knees are pressing down into the floor, and then feel for the fronts of your hip bones. Both hip bones are pressing nice and evenly into your mat. We'll take a nice big inhale in here. On your exhale, squeeze your glutes, press your heels in towards each other. And then inhale, relax the glutes, relax the heels. So exhale, the heels push together, the glutes squeeze in towards each other. And then inhale, we release. We're gonna go 3 more just like that. Exhale, we press the heels together, squeeze the glutes nice and tight. And then inhale, we lower back down. Hopefully our glutes are remembering all the fun we had with our squats and lunges. And they're like, yay, you're giving me more attention. And then rest. Next time you squeeze the glutes and squeeze the heels, see if you can lift your knees like a centimeter away from the floor. And then inhale, lower them back down. So we squeeze the heels, squeeze the glutes, maybe the knees lift up like a centimeter and a quarter, and then we lower them back down. We're gonna go 3 more just like that. Exhale, we squeeze everything, try to see what we can lift up away, and then lower back down. As you do these next 2, make sure both hip bones are pressing nice and evenly into the mat, and then let it all go. Next time you squeeze and lift the knees up, we're gonna hold it there. On your inhale, straighten out your legs, stretch them out nice and long. And then exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, lower your knees back down. So it's an exhale to squeeze everything, lift the knees up to hover. Inhale, straighten out the legs with the knees lifted up away from the floor. Exhale, bend the knees, bring it back in, and then inhale, relax and lower back down. 3 more just like that. Exhale, we squeeze the heels, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, stretch your legs out nice and long. Exhale, bend your knees, bring it in. And then inhale, lower everything back down. Last one, best one. Exhale, we squeeze. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, bring it in. And then inhale, lower down. Stretch your legs out long. Feel free to just kind of move your hips side to side. All righty, so we're gonna make a nice W shape with our arms next, okay? Your face will just rest on your mat. You wanna have your elbows just slightly lower than your shoulders, and then your hands will be just slightly wider than your elbows, okay? Our goal is gonna be to keep our elbows in contact with the mat no matter what the upper body does, okay? So we start by looking down at our mat. On your inhale, think about trying to pull your shoulder blades down and back. Start to lift the crown of your head and then your chest up away from the floor, but keep your hands and elbows in contact with your mat. On your exhale, we're gonna lower everything back down. So we take a nice inhale, we stabilize our scapula, stabilize our shoulders. As we do so, the head and chest lift up away from the floor. Think about trying to take up a lot of space with a big inhale. And then exhale, our balloon deflates. We lower all the way back down. We're gonna get 3 more just like that. Stabilize the shoulder girdle, lift your head and chest up away from the floor. Maybe you can see a few inches forward, but we're not craning our neck to look forward. And then exhale, lower back down. We'll go 2 more here. Inhale, we lengthen and lift up. And then exhale, we slowly float back down. Last one here. Inhale, lengthen and lift. And then exhale, we lower everything down. All right, so that's our option 1, layer 1 for our upper back extension. If we'd like an option 2, we're going to bring our arms down by our sides, okay? From here, we start off again, looking down at the mat. On our first inhale, we're gonna stabilize the shoulders, start to lift your hands up away from the floor, and then we peel the head and chest up away. Exhale, we lower everything back down. The hands come down last. So it's an inhale, stabilize the shoulders, lift the head and chest up and away. And then exhale, we float everything else back down. Last 3 here. Inhale, we lengthen and lift. The fingertips are reaching back towards your feet. And then exhale, everything floats back down. Last 2. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Feel the spine lengthen, the chest opens, and then exhale, we lower. We'll get 1 more here. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, lower all the way down. You can place your hands back underneath your forehead. All right, so we've tried 2 different variations for our spinal extension. We're gonna try one final variation. If you prefer any of the first two we just did, feel free to continue with those. If you want to try this third one, let's try it. All right, so hands are going to stay glued to our forehead, okay? So you want to pretend like you've got some super glue pressing into your forehead and your hands. We'll find that inhale to stabilize the shoulders. Try to pull the shoulder blades together and down along your spine. And then we lift the head along with the hands and the ribs up away from the floor. And then exhale, we lower everything back down. Right, so now our back has to lift our heavy arms up. It's an inhale to stabilize and lift. And then exhale to float everything back down. We've got 3 more of those. Inhale, we stabilize the shoulders, peel the head and chest up away from the floor. And then exhale, we lower everything back down. Last 2, inhale, we lengthen and lift, finding stability. And then exhale, lower everything back down. Last one, here we go. Inhale, we lengthen and lift up. And then exhale, lower everything down. Let's go ahead, bend your knees and just make some windshield wipers with your feet, allowing your knees to rock a little side to side. All right, from here, we'll press our hands into our mat, push our body back, finding child's pose once again, allowing your back to lengthen out. And so those are just a couple different variations of spinal extension, right? And we can try all 3 different variations, but all 3 are going to be great for us. We can just choose whichever one is the best for our body and best for our body today. All right, I'd say we earned a little lie down time. So go ahead, lie down on your backside. Make sure your weight's nice and handy, okay? All righty, so from here, we'll go ahead and lie down on your back. We're gonna grab a hold of your weight with both hands. Bend your elbows so that your elbows come down by your sides and just resting on your mat. From here, we'll take the feet flat, hip distance apart, and we're gonna find neutral spine, right? So neutral spine, we've got both hip bones resting nice and evenly on your mat. You can feel the natural curve of your lower back, not touching down to the mat, just that nice soft arch. And then the backs of your rib cage are gently pressing into the mat. Shoulder blades are resting nice and evenly. And then the back of your head is resting gently. We'll take a nice big inhale in here. On your exhale, squeeze your glutes and just lift your hips up away from the floor. Since we're going from neutral spine, our hips won't be super high, right? We're just going, we're maintaining neutral spine as your hips lift up. And then inhale, lower your hips back down. So it'll be an exhale to squeeze the glutes, feel them wrap around your hips as you lift up. And then inhale, we lower back down. We'll get 6 more like that. Exhale, lift your hips up. And then inhale, we lower back down. And we'll go for 5. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up. And then inhale, we lower back down. And then here goes 4. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift up. And then inhale, lower back down. Last 3, exhale, we lift up. And then inhale, lower back down. Last 2, exhale, we're up. And then inhale, back down. Next time you lift up, plan to be there for a while. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, and we lift up. We'll take a nice inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, bend your elbows, allow them to scrape your ribs. Inhale, the arms stretch up. And then exhale, bend your elbows and bring it back down. So we're working through our chest here, pressing the weight up towards the sky as we keep those hips working, right? Holding that nice isometric bridge, keeping the hips the same height throughout. Our abs are working to give our back lots of support so that gravity is not pulling down on our back, but instead our abs are lifting our back up away from the floor. We've got 3 more here. Exhale, reach, and then inhale, lower. And we'll go 2 more. And then next time the arms are up, we're gonna keep the arms up. On your inhale, lower your hips down. As you do so, bend your elbows so that your weight comes up by your forehead. And then exhale, squeeze your glutes and push the weight back up. So it's an inhale, the hips lower down just to hover over the mat as the elbows bend. And then exhale, press everything back up to the sky. Our knees are tracking forward the the whole time, and then so are our elbows, right? So our elbows aren't flaring out towards the sides, our knees aren't collapsing in towards each other. We're trying to keep everything in alignment while we just move our hips and our arms down and up. We'll go for 5 more here. Exhale to squeeze and lift, and then inhale to lower. And we'll go for 4. And then we'll go 3. Awesome. Last 2. And then last one, we'll lift the hips up, hold it there, bend your elbows just to a nice 90-degree angle. We're going to go little tiny fist bumps with those arms, trying to press the weight up just an inch and then bring it back down. See if you can squeeze your glutes a little bit tighter and keep those hips up nice and high while we just do those little pulses with your arms. We're going for 5. Abs a little bit tighter for 4. Make sure elbows are still tracking straight forward for 3. And 2. And last one, reach the arms up, hold them there, little pulses with your hips, now little squeezes with those glutes. The hips move like an inch and then back up. We've got 5, whew, and 4. Keep reaching the arms up to the sky. 3, last 2, and then 1. We lower the hips down, bend your elbows, bring it all the way down. All right, we're not done with the weight yet, but we are done with our bridges. So, we'll celebrate the little things. We'll take our feet up into tabletop position. As you do so, we're gonna go into imprint spine, right? And so essentially we're lifting up through our pelvic floor muscles, pulling our belly button in towards the floor and pulling our ribs down to meet the abs and the pelvic floor muscles, all righty? From here, we'll take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, straighten out your right leg, stretched out nice and long. And then inhale, bend your right leg, bring it back in. Exhale, we stretch the left leg out nice and long. And then inhale, we bend and bring it in. As we stretch our leg out long, we're just testing to see how low we can take our leg without losing imprint spine and without making our hips angry, right? We don't want our hips to be popping or anything like that. We want to make sure we're moving within a range of motion that our body's able to control. So if that means my legs go more up at an angle, that way I can maintain imprint spine, that's fine. Or a little bit lower, that's also fine. If we want to add in a little bit more, as we straighten out our leg, we're going to reach our arms up overhead. So think about trying to get the weight to go over your head. And then we bring the weight back up, and then we stretch the weight up overhead, and then we bring it back up to the sky. As we stretch the weight up, our ribs are gonna try to pop up towards the sky, but of course that won't be imprint spine if our ribs are popping up. So want to think about pulling the rib cage down as you reach your arms up overhead and then bring everything in. Sometimes it helps to go a little bit slower, right? That way, as we reach the arms up, we're like, ooh, are my ribs popping up? Oh, let me just adjust right there. Okay, now I've got control, and then I come back up. Right, so let's try that all together. Next time the right leg stretches out long, hold it there. Reach your arms up overhead. Think about pulling the rib cage down. Pull your belly button into your spine, and then bring everything back in. And we'll try the left. Left leg lengthens out, the arms reach up overhead. We feel the abs work to hold here. Reach your arms up, set your feet down, take a little breather. I totally forgot to add in C curve. Rats, we got to do it again. Okay. All right, so the arms go up to the sky. We find imprint spine again. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, the knees come up into tabletop position. We're gonna keep everything the same. We just have the option to add in our C curve. That means we'll take a big breath in, and then exhale, nod your chin to your chest, curl your body forward to meet your legs. All right, so we take a big inhale in here. Exhale, we'll go right leg and then the arms. And then inhale, we come back in. Exhale, we go left leg and the arms. And then inhale, bring it back in. This is kind of wild and crazy, but it's Wednesday, right? So I thought I'd just throw something wild at you. If it's too much, maybe we keep the arms up and just move the legs, right? That's still super, super hard because we're in our C curve shape and we're holding a weight up overhead and we're moving our legs. If C curve is too much on our head and neck, maybe we just go back to that movement we were just doing, right? And as we just tried out, especially when we slow that move down, it can be super, super hard. All right, whatever version you're doing, we've got 2 more all together. Exhale to stretch it out, and then inhale, come back in. Exhale, we stretch, And then inhale in, last one of each. Exhale, stretch. And inhale in. And then last one, stretch. Bring it in, set your feet down, lower your head down, put the weight off to the side. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Go ahead and just allow your knees to rock a little bit side to side here. All righty. From here, just a little bit more ab work, all right? And then we'll call it a day. We haven't done any oblique work, so we gotta make sure we add that in, all righty? So we'll start with our feet down on the floor, back in neutral spine. We're gonna reach our hands behind our head to give our head a little bit of support so we can do a little bit more C curve, okay? So really think about pressing your head into your hands and your hands into your head. We'll take a nice big inhale in here. On your exhale, we're gonna curl forward. Take your right elbow over to your left knee. And then inhale, come back to center and lower all the way down. Exhale, we curl forward. The left elbow goes over to the right knee. Inhale, we come back to center and lower all the way down. This time, if you want, you can lift up the left leg as you go over to the left. And then come back to center, lower down, and then lift up the right leg, twist over, and back to center. All right, and so we're just adding in layers. Maybe we add the leg, maybe not. And then maybe we stay in that C curve, maybe not. If we want even more, we can bring both feet up into tabletop so that as we curl up, we're stabilizing through the lower body and then also adding in that movement through the upper body. If we want this to be our grand finale movement, we're like, make it as crazy as you can. You can stretch out the opposite leg as you come up and then bring it back in as you go down. So we'd stretch the left leg as we bring the left elbow over to the right knee, and then we go back to center. We've got 2 more on each side. Your choice what version you're going for. Exhale up and twist. Back to center and down. We'll get 1 more of each. Curl it up and twist. Back to center and down. And then last one. And twist. Back to center and all the way down. Set your feet down. We're going to stretch our legs out nice and long and reach your arms up overhead. Taking a nice big inhale in here. On your exhale, nod your chin to your chest, reach your arms up towards the sky. Start to peel your head, your shoulders, your ribs up away from the floor. We'll come all the way up to seated. Stretch your legs out nice and long and fold over your legs. We'll take a nice big inhale and a nice big exhale in here. All right, on your next inhale, we'll start to roll our way all the way up to seated. All right, you're gonna separate your feet to just about hip distance apart. Go ahead and flex your feet, sit up nice and tall. If this is feeling any discomfort in your hips or your lower back, feel free to prop yourself up, maybe sit on a pillow or something. We're gonna take the arms out nice and long. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, twist over to your right. So we're gonna twist over to the right. And then inhale, we come back to center. And then exhale, twist over to your left. And then inhale, back to center. 1 more like that. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Let's twist to the right and hold it there. Think about reaching your left pinky over towards your right toe and then fold your spine down as you reach over towards your right toe. The back arm reaches back and then we arch our back here. From here, we're gonna sequence through our spine. Our tailbone lengthens, our ribs stack on top of our hips, and we untwist coming back to center. And then we go over to the left. So exhale, we twist over, reach the right hand over towards the left foot, rounding your back as you do so. Your chin drops down towards your chest. Inhale, we start with the tailbone. We stack our spine vertebra by vertebra, untwisting to come back to center. 1 more on each side. Exhale, we twist to the right, reach forward as you round your back, reach that right arm back towards the back wall, and then stack the spine, come all the way back up, and then twist over to the left. Reach it over as you do so, and then restack coming all the way back up, and lower your arms Ha. All right, we'll end with a little stretch, so feel free to find a comfortable seated position for you. Legs can be crossed, you can keep your legs long, whatever feels best. All right, we're gonna start with our right arm. We'll take a nice big inhale, reach up and over to the left side. Think about trying to create a lot of length and space between your ribs and your hips on this side. And then inhale, we'll restack and go on the other side. Exhale, we reach the left arm up and over. We're looking to create length and space through the left side of our body. And then exhale, we restack it back up. One more of each. Exhale, we reach up and over. And then inhale, restack. And then exhale, reach up and over. And then inhale to restack. We'll add on. Exhale, we reach up and over. Inhale, sweep your arm across the front, round your back as you do so. And we come up to do it on the other side, reaching up and over, make that rainbow. Sweep across the front, rounding your back as you do so. And we'll get one more on each side. Reach it up. And then sweep across. And then reach up and over. And sweep across. And from here, we'll just go ahead, roll your shoulders back. Alrighty, and then that's a wrap for our Wednesday night weight workout. Thanks for coming to play, everybody. Yahoo! I realized we didn't do any planks. So Friday and Saturday, don't let me forget. We'll do as many planks as you want, okay? Okay, everybody says yes, I can't wait. Oh, I'm so pumped. All right, well, let me know if you have any questions. Fingers crossed. I think I recorded this one, so if so, I'll post it on YouTube, and then we'll have a fun little 40-minute workout to do whenever you want. Okay, well, thanks for coming to play.
Thank you.
Thanks, Asia. Asia, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Oops. Oops. I don't want to share my screen.
I will get better.